Today, I would like to take this opportunity to talk to you about the events currently taking place in the United States. Being an African American here in Taiwan, in some ways forces me to share my thoughts with you so you can understand how some people from my nation feel and how people who look like me feel in this precarious situation. Welcome to Four Seas One Family Taiwan. 欢迎收看四海一家台湾。My name is James. 我是 Jimmy. I feel that many Taiwanese citizens here are just as confused as I am. So therefore, I will use my platform here on YouTube to try to filter through events that may be hard to see and in some cases even hard to comprehend. Now remember that the United States has always been a nation of conflicting opinions and ideologies. And because of this fact, people and groups who say they want to make America great again are using these differences to perpetrate internal rivalry, which has seriously handicapped the social fiber of America and its citizens to the point of making misunderstandings and injustices irreversible. The subsequent events occurring after the killing of an African American in police custody in the United States is adding fuel to the fire of the neglect many people in the US have been facing over the years. Unfortunate events happening in my home nation and actions related to the COVID-19 pandemic that restricted the movements of Africans in particular in Wuhan, China, in many ways is forcing me to take a more public stance on how people of the world, and especially here in Asia, see people who look like me. As an African American living here in Taiwan, it saddens me and to some extent even hardens my resolve to reverse how people of the world see my home nation and people who look like me. The United States is an imperfect nation striving to be perfect, and along the way has made many, many mistakes. The truth is, there are some Americans in leadership positions who have refused to protect the rights of the less unfortunate American citizens. Now, what I'm particularly talking about are groups of people that harbor ideologies that are frankly racist and full of hatred towards people who don't speak their language, look like them, or follow their particular religion. After the passing of human rights amendments that guaranteed and protected the rights of Americans, those who harbor hatred or malintent were kept at bay and prevented from openly displaying hateful and sometimes harmful actions towards others who didn't meet their definition of being a real American. Now, as a result, hate groups kept a low profile and moved underground and continued to promote their harmful and hateful ideologies. Today, America's internal cultural bickering is tearing it apart. Different schools of thought are refusing to work together or coexist. And this is what the world sees as America's self-destruction or even implosion. With all the hype being made in America that it's number one, the income of the bottom 50% of Americans in the past 30 years has gone down the furthest as compared with any other industrialized nation. So that means the poor are just getting poorer. The myth of America being the land of opportunity is gone with the dreams of the next generation. America has also become a modern-day aristocracy. Those with the financial resources are kleptocrats. And the reality is they have nearly unlimited restrictions and find it relatively easy to use their privilege to gain access to information and opportunities people at the lower end of the economic scale will never, ever be able to have. The American aristocracy controls a network of organizations that lobby for government legislation that promotes the passing of laws that help lower their tax burden. All at the same time, it assists them in their accumulation of even more wealth. America today is no longer a model of meritocracy. Some people in the upper echelons of the current administration appear to have been placed in their position not because of their merit, talent, or achievements, but for their associated wealth and allegiance to the president. Now, regular American citizens and institutions have very little influence on America's national and international policies. The best people who have the moral courage to lead are usually not chosen to take on significant positions or are punished for publicizing the deficiencies of the current administration. America is now a plutocracy. People you see taking part in protests and rioting in America are displaying their anger. However, I must admit, the truth is, some Americans are selfishly using the current situation to just pillage. Their destructive and selfish behaviors are only complicating the situation for those who are choosing to demonstrate peacefully. The current situation, or the current upheaval in the United States, must not be used as an excuse to steal and destroy. Now, today many Americans feel that the next generation will not have the social insurance their ancestors fought for. As an African American living abroad, it feels like those who look like me are caught in the middle, fighting for a better life in their home nation and at the same time overseas as well. The demonization of Black people deeply worries me even here in Taiwan. I'm just hoping to share how I feel with you and the pressure I have and the fears I have for the future. I hope you can understand why I feel the way I do and join me to educate and promote mutual understandings without being fearful of others, especially those who look like me. 谢谢收看四海瑜伽. Thank you for watching Four Seas One Family. My name is James, 我是 Jimmy, and take care wherever you are in the world.